Welcome to our guide to DSLR photography class. Today, we're going to cover the basics of using a DSLR camera to take great photos. First, let's take a look at the camera itself. A DSLR camera has a lot of buttons and features that can be overwhelming at first, but we're going to start with the most important ones. The shutter button is the most important button on the camera. It's what takes the photo. The mode dial is what you use to select different shooting modes. The aperture and shutter speed dials control the amount of light that enters the camera. The focus ring is used to manually adjust the focus of the lens. Now, let's talk about some basic photography concepts. ISO determines the sensitivity of the camera's sensor to light. The higher the ISO, the more sensitive the sensor and the brighter the photo will be. Aperture determines the depth of field in a photo. A wide aperture, small f number, creates a shallow depth of field, where only a small part of the photo is in focus. A narrow aperture, large f number, creates a deep depth of field, where most of the photo is in focus. Shutter speed determines how long the camera's sensor is exposed to light. A fast shutter speed, 1/1000th of a second or faster, freezes motion, while a slow shutter speed, 1/30th of a second or slower, creates motion blur. Now that we've covered some basic concepts, let's talk about how to put them into practice. Use a low ISO, 100 to 400, in bright light and a high ISO, 800, 3200, in low light. Use a wide aperture, small f number, for portraits and a narrow aperture, large f number, for landscapes. Use a fast shutter speed for action shots and a slow shutter speed for long exposures. Use manual focus for precise control, but use autofocus for fast-moving subjects. Photography is an art, and there's no one right way to take a photo. Experiment, have fun, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you'll learn and improve. Remember, practice makes perfect. Take as many photos as you can and review them to see what worked and what didn't. Don't be afraid to try new things and push yourself out of your comfort zone. everythingnow.in